Welcome back to my channel where we talk about blogging, business, and legal tips. My name is Amira. I am the business lawyer, blogger, and coach behind aselfgrew.com, where I help you make money online and legally protect your business with my affordable legal templates and coaching services. If you're new to my channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. And you can also comment below if you have any blogging questions. Starting a blog can be a lot of fun and a very rewarding experience, especially when your blog starts to make an impact and some money. But in order to have a successful blog, you want to avoid some common blogging mistakes. I wish I knew about some of these blogging mistakes myself when I first started my blog, because it could have helped me save a lot of time and money. In this video, we're going to be talking about 7 big blogging mistakes that you should avoid and how to avoid them. I'm also going to share with you some actionable tips and resources that I have personally used to build a successful 7-figure blogging business. And I'm also going to share with you a helpful blog post where I talk about all of these blogging mistakes in a lot more detail. And I talk about 18 serious blogging mistakes to avoid. The link to that blog post will be in the description of this video. So let's get started. Before I talk about the blogging mistakes that you should avoid, I have some freebies to help grow your blog quickly. So take a look at the link in the description of this video, where it's going to take you to my website, and you can download so many different freebies, anything from a free legal guide to help avoid costly legal mistakes with your blog, to a free about page template, to a cease and desist letter template that you can send to someone if they steal your blog content, and also a list of best affiliate programs to help you make money quickly. Again, the link to all of that is going to be in the description of the video. So the first blogging mistake that you want to avoid is not publishing content consistently. You want to be very consistent with your blog post writing schedule. Come up with a schedule that works best for you. What I have found is writing 1 blog post a week is very much doable. It's not overwhelming, and you can easily do that even with your full-time job. You can dedicate days like Wednesdays, Fridays, or Saturdays to publish blog posts on your site. And then once you get more comfortable and your writing gets a little faster, then you can obviously increase your schedule to maybe 6 blog posts a month or 8 blog posts a month. But either way, just being consistent is going to make sure that you get to rank for more keywords on Google, gain that visibility on search engines to increase your traffic, and you're also going to be able to attract more followers and more visitors to your blog, because people are going to know what to expect, and they're going to appreciate the fact that you are always providing high quality, consistent content. Now, with that said, you always want to focus on the quality of your blog post versus the quantity, meaning you want to focus on producing high quality content that actually solves your readers' problems, provides answers to their questions, instead of just publishing a bunch of blog posts that no one is going to read or care about. And if you are struggling to produce content faster, then I'm going to link to this tool that I discovered not too long ago. I wish I had discovered this tool in my very first year of blogging, because that would have made my life super easy, but it's really going to help you produce content at least 5 times faster. And I will link it in the description of the video. So check it out. Okay, so now let's talk about the second blogging mistake, which I'm so guilty of making myself, but I wish I didn't. And that is not optimizing your blog post to rank on Google. I'm not the only one who made this mistake. I know so many other bloggers who do. That's because SEO can seem like such an overwhelming topic, especially in my first year of blogging. When I was working full-time as a lawyer, I had very limited time on my hands, and I just didn't want to learn SEO because I was just thinking that it would be so hard. And so I kept focusing on my traffic source to be just Pinterest, and I would write blog posts that would get me traffic from Pinterest. But then pretty soon, when Pinterest algorithm changes happened and the traffic kept fluctuating, that's when I realized that, oh my God, I need to focus on Google SEO. And by that time, I had already published quite a few blog posts that I had to go back and edit and optimize for SEO. And not only that, I also had to hire SEO editors to help me out. So it was not only costly, but also a huge waste of my time, because I could have avoided all of this if I had learned SEO from the beginning. So if you're going to be serious about making blog to be your business, then you want to focus on learning SEO from the beginning. So this way you are making sure that you're spending that time wisely writing articles that are actually going to rank on Google and also give you traffic from Pinterest and other sources. If you're struggling with SEO, then go ahead and sign up for this free SEO masterclass that I'm going to link to in the description of the video, which has really helped me a lot with my blog. And I'm also going to share a couple of SEO resources that I have personally used as well as a free blog post writing checklist that you can use, which has like 20 different things to look at before publishing a blog post as well as after publishing a blog post. So this way you can get the most out of the blog post that you write. Okay, so the third blogging mistake that you want to avoid is not using Pinterest to drive traffic to your blog. You always want to diversify your traffic sources, just like your blog income sources. So this way, if one source goes down, at least you have something else to fall back on. And in this case, Google SEO takes a lot longer for your website to get ranked and for you to start seeing any traffic. But you can bypass all of that with Pinterest and you can start to see traffic a lot faster. And Pinterest is great for free organic traffic as well as paid traffic. So what you can do is you can even experiment and maybe pay $5 or $10 a day for a pin and promote an article on Pinterest and start to see a lot of traffic quickly. Now, here's a Pinterest tip for you. Every blog post that you write, make sure to create at least 3 different looking pins for it with different headlines, different designs. This is going to help someone who's visiting your website. And if they like the blog post and they want to be able to save it to read later, they can pin it on Pinterest onto their board. And this way your pin gets more traction and visibility on the platform. And by having different pins for the same article, it's just going to gain more exposure and more traffic to your site. Now, if you're struggling to create pins like that are actually click worthy and beautiful, then I'm going to link to some Pinterest templates that I personally use. I don't waste time designing pins anymore because that would be a huge time suck. I just use templates to make my life easy. All you have to do is just plug in your headline and your blog post title, and you can start using the template within like seconds. So definitely take a look at those templates if you struggle with creating beautiful looking pins. I'm going to link everything in the description of the video. Before we get to blogging mistake number 4, could you please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel? Thank you. Okay, so the fourth blogging mistake that you want to avoid is not growing your email list from day one. You want to focus on creating some sort of a freebie that you can offer to your audience and start collecting those emails, because imagine this, that you're focusing and you're working for months and a year growing your blog and you're focusing on traffic from Pinterest and even learning Google SEO. And then you find out one day that there have been some algorithm changes and now you lost all that traffic that was coming to your blog. Imagine that. It would be devastating. That's why you absolutely need another source of traffic, which is going to be your email list. It's going to take some time, but that's okay. Start building some freebies, some valuable tips that you can share with your email list and start getting people onto your email list. And this way, at least if anything goes wrong with all these algorithms and social media platforms, you will have your email list to fall back on. So definitely focus on growing your email list from day one. Okay, so what blogging mistake are we on? Are you paying attention? Just kidding. Blogging mistake number 5 is not compressing the images on your website. Did you know that if you don't have a fast website, that you're going to have a hard time retaining people onto your site, but also ranking on Google? So you really want to make sure that you check your website speed, and you also want to make sure that all the images that you add onto your site are first optimized for size. So you want to compress the images to make sure that they're not very large, because if they are, then they're going to slow down your site. And you can use different things like tiny PNG or some plugins to compress the images and to really optimize them when you upload. And I'll share both of those links in the description if you want to check them out. So now let's talk about blogging mistake number 6, because it's really important, especially if you are serious about making money blogging and actually want to turn your blog into a business. If that's you, then you want to avoid this mistake of not having a clear blog monetization strategy and just publishing content on random topics. What you want to do is you want to have a clear blog monetization strategy, focus on 2 to 3 different ways that you're going to make money blogging. Remember, diversification is the key when it comes to your blogging income. So think about like 2 to 3 different ways that you want to earn income from your blog, such as affiliate marketing, for example. If that's the route that you want to take, then make sure to join some high-paying affiliate programs in your niche that will help your audience. Talking about affiliate programs, I have a very high-paying affiliate program where you can earn 40% commission on each of my products. And these are legal templates that all entrepreneurs need, no matter what niche they're in. I will link it in the description of the video if you would like to check out my affiliate program. And I've already paid more than 6 figures to affiliates. So I would love for you to join. Now, another example could be a blog monetization strategy of making money from your own products and services. If that's the route that you want to take, then you definitely want to think through what are different products or what are different services that you can offer to your audience that you're an expert in, and they are actually going to be beneficial and helpful in solving your audience problems or questions. And so you want to think about all of those things before you start working on your blog, because a lot of times what happens is that people don't have a blog monetization strategy in mind, and then they work for a couple of months on their blog and they get burnt out and they get so frustrated because they don't make any money, and then they give up. You don't want to be in that situation. If you're thinking about making money from your blog and want to learn some more tips and tricks, then go ahead and watch this video where I talk about 4 different ways that I made $78,000 in a single month from my blog. Okay, so I saved the best for last. This should have been really the first blogging mistake to avoid, and I should have talked about it in the very beginning, but here it is not protecting your blog legally. Because think about it, legal is the glue that holds together your blog or any business. If you don't have a strong legal foundation and if things go south, you know that you don't even have a business. I know this firsthand because my dad, when he was a new entrepreneur, he made a big legal mistake that ended up costing us like thousands of dollars. And when that lawsuit happened, we lost everything. We lost our entire business, and my dad had to start from scratch. So this is why I say that legal is truly that glue that holds your business together. And that's why you need to make sure that you're blogging legally. And a lot of new bloggers make the mistake of not having clear website legal policies, or not giving affiliate disclosures, not having disclaimers on their site, not having terms and conditions. When you start a blog, there are 3 website legal pages that you must have. Number 1, a privacy policy on your site, which is GDPR, CCPA compliant. Number 2, a disclaimer to protect you from legal liability for the content that you put out there. And you also need to give affiliate disclosures if you're going to be sharing affiliate links. Number 3, terms and conditions template to make sure that you outline your website rules and also where and how your legal disputes will be resolved, as well as protect your content and intellectual property. Take a look at this video where I walk you through all the different website legal policies you need and how you can get done with them within minutes with my affordable legal bundle that I've put together for you. I will link all of that in the description of the video if you would like to check it out, but definitely make sure that you are doing things the right way and you're setting a good foundation for a profitable money-making blog. Comment below and let me know if you've made any of these blogging mistakes we've discussed so far, or if there's another blogging mistake that you would like to share. Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you in any way, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so I can create more helpful videos for you. If you have any blogging questions, comment below and I can help you out. And did you know you can always book a one-on-one blog coaching session with me by simply visiting the Work With Me page on my website? So take a look at that. And I will also leave you with a helpful blog post where I talk about 18 serious blogging mistakes to avoid. In this video, we covered only some of them, but if you want to get the full list of all the blogging mistakes that you shouldn't make, go ahead and click the link in the description of this video to check out that blog post. Thank you so much for your love and support. I will see you next time.